Thank you so much, Dashu. It's a pleasure having you on the first edition of Close In. Dashu, what makes Bhutan so special as a distinct travel destination in the world?
Okay, yes, I think definitely Bhutan is very special. I would say everything in Bhutan is special, including our culture, our nature, our tradition. You talk about our fresh air, so special, the water, our spirituality, peace, tranquility. Talk about our development philosophy as gross national happiness, our people, and most strikingly, I think it is our majesties, our kings, the people-centric kings. And this are the speciality of Bhutan. And the fact is that we are not saying this, in fact. And without exception, actually, all the tourists or the visitors that have been to Bhutan, they say that the moment they step into our country, the moment they start breathing our air, they feel different. They feel inspired. They feel rejuvenated. So, and therefore, they have actually aptly dubbed our country as the Shangri-La, as the last Shangri-La. So therefore, Bhutan is special.
That's absolutely true. Dashu, according to you, if you could give us a few reasons, one or two or three reasons why anyone should visit Bhutan in the year 2020.
Well, as I've said earlier, visitors can visit Bhutan any year actually. So we don't need any special year. But despite that, since you have asked this question, and also I think I can think of some very good reasons why visit in 2020 will be special. I will cite three notable events. First is in 2020 we are celebrating the 40th birth anniversary of our Majesty, and throughout the year every Bhutanese will be doing something special to rejoice, to respect this very auspicious occasion. Secondly, 2020 will be also welcoming a royal baby, a royal sibling to our beloved HRH. Thirdly, Bhutan will be hosting, in fact, it will be flagged off on 13 October 2020, coinciding with the 9th royal wedding, the first ever snowman run, which we have labeled it as the ultimate run against climate change. Now this is special because this is again a gift from our golden throne to the world in fighting or combating against the climate change. Now in this run, in the first edition, about 25 best runner, 5 will be from Bhutan, 20 will be from the rest of the world, and they will be all elite, and they will be covering a total distance of 300 kilometers along one of the world's toughest terrain and crossing a number of peaks passes more than 5,000 feet. And we are confident that by doing this run, we will be able to draw the attention of the global community to the seriousness of the climate change.
Bhutan continues to take the lead in promoting responsible, sustainable development. Even the government is doing that, Tourism Council of Bhutan is doing that, local communities are even involved to promote responsible, sustainable tourism in Bhutan. Now, how can foreign visitors and international guests coming to Bhutan contribute to this?
Well, I like to say that first and foremost, the sustainability in tourism has been there since the start of tourism in early 1970s, under the leadership of our kings. Now, having said this, we are talking about the tourism policy here because our tourism policy of high value, low volume has sustainability in its broadest sense as the core objective. So therefore, sustainability has always been part and parcel of tourism in Bhutan. Now, coming to the responsibility, of course, you have specified how can the foreigners, the tourists can contribute, but I would say we should go beyond that. More than the tourists and the tour operators or our guides or hoteliers or transporters, it is the responsibility of every Bhutanese citizen, every Bhutanese, to take up this responsibility to continue this sustainable tourism policy of high value, low volume. So I would say this, but specifically maybe the tourists themselves, I think whatever they do when they are in a country, when they visit a country, they have to be mindful of this fact, and in their own way I think they can be a part of this whole initiative that you have just highlighted.
So talking about high value, low volume tourism policy, I think high value, low volume tourism policy is something that's special, something that Bhutan's government, Tourism Council of Bhutan is promoting. But if you look at the neighboring countries, like mass tourism has affected them very severely. So how do we, Bhutan, a special country, a high-end travel destination, buck this global trend?
Plus, so firstly, I'd like to clarify that talking about mass tourism, it is not something that we are facing only today or in the recent times. And in fact, we know that when Bhutan was opening up to tourism in the early 70s, the fourth king, who was at the helm, not only had to envision the tourism policy of high value, low volume, but he also had to take this hard and difficult decision to adopt this and to implement this. Because by then, other countries, many other countries were already reaping the benefits from having a mass or open tourism. Now, to support what I just said, I'd like to quote His Majesty, our present Majesty, from the royal address at the convocation in Royal University of Bhutan in May 2019. I quote, I think I will refer here.
Yes.
So when Bhutan opened to foreign tourists in 1970s, our leadership resisted the temptations to harness the quick fortunes from mass tourism and instead was present to formulate a visionary policy of high value, low volume tourism. The wisdom of this tourism policy has led to emergence of strong brand Bhutan, an exclusive destination, unquote. Now, what was true in 70s as per this quote, we feel it is still very much true today. So therefore, basically what I'm saying is to combat this mass tourism, this high value, low volume tourism is the solution. So therefore, every one of us Bhutanese have to support this policy.
Talking about value, Dasho, tourism in Bhutan provides high value experience to foreign visitors, tourists coming to Bhutan. Now, from your experience, your perspective, what would be some of the takeaways international guests and tourists could take from Bhutan?
Well, takeaways can be both at a personal level and at the world view perspective. Now, on the personal level, as expected, it will be very much personal. I mean, it will differ. Like some might get highly inspired and feel rejuvenated, as I've said earlier, having been in our very special nature, seeing our culture, tradition, and also interacting with our people, and of course, our very special fresh air, fresh mountain air. And we also hear that most of them are also getting this spiritual awakening when they are in Bhutan. Now, from looking at the world perspective, I would say most of the tourists must be getting inspired with our leadership in climate change. And you know that Bhutan has been pursuing this sustainability policy since the start of our socio-economic development in the early 60s. So because of this, today we are the only carbon negative country in the world. So therefore, and as you can agree, as you will agree, that whatever we do even today is all led by this sustainability principle, which is actually repackaged as the development philosophy of gross national happiness. So therefore, we have been doing this. So this is something I feel the tourists might take away: the sustainability part, the climate change part, the gross national happiness part at the world view, and which we know that already the many countries are already adopting or trying to copy us in these major areas. And I would say to the extent that recently there have been in the media a lot of coverage on the young Swedish girl.
Greta Thunberg.
Yes, Greta Thunberg. And basically she has been saying that nothing much is happening as far as climate change action is concerned, so she has been making so much noise, but I've been telling my colleagues here, if Greta Thunberg comes to Bhutan, maybe she will be pleasantly surprised, because I feel that Bhutan can surprise her, Bhutan can offer her, convince her that many things are already happening as far as combating the climate change is concerned. So that's it.
That's very interesting perspective there. Yeah. We do hope Greta Thunberg knows about it, and then next time I think to visit Bhutan.
Yes, this is my expectation also. I hope she can visit us.
And finally, Dashu, tourism is now part of the national flagship program, and TCB, Tourism Council of Bhutan, slogan is taking tourism to the top. So what can we expect in terms of tourism now in the next maybe 3 or 4 years? Where can we see Bhutan's tourism?
Yes, so definitely you have already said, we hope to take tourism to the top of the world actually. So what we mean by that is we want to make Bhutan the most exclusive tourist destination in the world. I mean, this is our vision. So of course in next 3 years we may not be able to do this, but we would have made some progress towards that ultimate goal. Now specifically, as of now, Bhutan is well known for pristine nature, culture. These are the main tourist products. But now we want to promote Bhutan or offer Bhutan as a wellness or well-being tourist destination. I mean, this is something that we can really promote. I mean, we have this potential. And the other one we also like to promote in the next 3 years is, as of now, I think tourism in Bhutan is again commonly known as season-based. We have high season, low season tourists. So this is something again we want to do away, and by next 3 years we hope that Bhutan will be all 12 months a tourist season. So these are two very specific things that I can think of in the next 3 years that we can bring some changes. But our ultimate goal is to make Bhutan the #1 tourist destination in the world.
Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you, thank you and the team, your team of Tashidele, for giving us Tourism Council of Bhutan this opportunity to be part of this show. And I sincerely hope that through this show, the viewers will be able to know something more about tourism, what is happening in tourism in Bhutan. So thank you so much.
Yes.